The team in the red van has me covered. And of course, I'm talking about Valentine Roofing, the pros that keep me off extension ladders and precarious positions. If your summer home improvement list has a new roof, siding, or a gutter upgrade, you owe it to your home to give Valentine Roofing a call. Once again, they've been awarded the 2025 Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards for Roofing by the Seattle Times. And it really comes down to two things: the best product backed by a lifetime warranty and exceptional customer service. They call that the Valentine experience. It's seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. And right now, qualified homeowners can take advantage of $0 down, 0% financing with 6 months deferred interest when paid in full within the promotional period. Financing subject to approved credit. Call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate today. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Pierce County detectives say they need your help finding the man suspected of pulling the trigger in the Parkland murder robbery of 17-year-old Braylon Diaz. Deputy Carly Capetto says they are now searching for 21-year-old Brandon Torres Mesa, who was believed to be armed.
We essentially identified him via ring cameras, video surveillance, interviews from many of the people around and involved that were at that scene.
2 other people have already been arrested in the case. You can see a photograph of Torres Mesa on mynorthwest.com. Well, today marks 1 week since that deadly chemical implosion at a paper mill in Longview. And as KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin tells us, the city continues pulling together to support the families of those 11 victims.
Josh Estes with the Association of Western Pulp and Paper Workers says the support has been incredible.
I know what a mill town has the ability to do, and I'm not surprised by what Longview and the surrounding communities are doing, because they're an incredible community and they've been that way for generations.
He tells us a fund has been created to help each family of those who were injured or killed.
King County Council today posthumously awarded Air Force Major Ariana Savino the Martin Luther King Jr. Medal of Distinguished Service. The Covington native was one of 6 airmen killed in March when her refueling plane crashed in western Iraq. The council presented the honor to Savino's parents.
We always knew she made our lives better. What we did not know was how many hundreds of others she quietly lifted and guided.
Major Savino was widely recognized for mentoring young Latinas pursuing careers in aviation and the military. She was just 31. Kent-based Blue Origin vows to fly again before the end of this year. This comes after the company's New Glenn rocket exploded on the launch pad in Florida just last week. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reports.
In an update posted online, the Kent-based company CEO wrote that the big support tower is damaged but can be repaired instead of torn down and replaced. He also said a booster, the water tower, and the propellant farm are in good shape. Blue Origin is still investigating what caused that massive explosion last Thursday.
And let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 3:32. Check in with Nate Connors.
All right, let's start up north. Everett to Marysville taking just 10 minutes. You're slow from 526 to Highway 2, and then it's wide open. And eastbound 526 remains heavy approaching Evergreen Way over to I-5. In Shoreline, we've got a new crash. It's a North 5 just prior to 175th in the HOV lane. North 5 heading into Seattle scattered. Backups before the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. About a half hour to clear downtown. Our lake bridges look great. Westbound 520 eventually jams up there in Montlake over to I-5. South 405 through Bellevue slows from 520 all the way to the Renton Landing. It's 35 minutes from Bellevue to Renton. North 405 in the south end is slow from South Center through the S-curves, 20 minutes from South Center into Bellevue. Seattle to Federal Way is at 35 minutes. Your backup start at the Duwamish Curve. And Tacoma to Olympia, we're at 50 minutes. You're a little crowded through South Tacoma and about a 3-mile thick backup there through JBLM. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
To your forecast now, we are looking at temperatures in the mid-80s pretty much across the map. Sunshine. Tomorrow, though, a big cool down with some light rain possible. Right now, 84 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Home, comfort, alliance, heating, cooling, plumbing, electric. What's wrong? What? What are you shaking?
Don't do it, Joe.
Don't, Joe. It's not this. No, you do. You just do your Bucky stuff. Save it for the 4:30. Wait, what did I sound like if I were drinking? 1-888-973-5476. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Just be in your house of cats. Maybe get out there. Leave Kevin home for a little while. By the way, the people that wrote in when I was talking about the CCA. Yeah, I know. I talk about it a lot. I'm sorry. Every time I fill my car up with gas, I want to scream. Remember when people were putting those... Yeah, and do that too. Remember the stickers that people putting on there? I did that. It was Joe Biden kind of dancing, and then the poor guys that worked at the gas station have to scrape the things off. But it was effective for those people that wanted to kind of do that, guerrilla protesting politics stuff. But I look at this thing like 40-some cents or 50 cents on this. I'm sorry, but people are like, stop talking about it. Why are they telling me to stop talking about it?
Nobody said stop talking about it. There's like an exasperation when you talk about those.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of issues that I don't talk about because they're called cul-de-sac conversations. You end up in the same place every single time. Are we there? Because I'll cul-de-sac it and just...
No, there's a lot of stuff. They say that about the whole ton of stuff that we talk about. It's not unique. It doesn't really matter what we talk about. Somebody's going to say
all
that,
right.
So.
Can't make everybody happy.
Settle down.
Certainly can't make the people of University of California happy. Back in 2020, 300,000 students, I think there's 14 different campuses. They said, we're not going to have the SAT anymore, the ACT. We're not going to test students anymore. They got sued. There was a lawsuit. I don't know where it ended up. I think it was in 2019. They got sued by somebody saying, "Well, it's a racist metric. It's illegal wealth and race discrimination." It was sort of the beginning of the whole DEI. And DEI had been going on for a while, but they really went all in 2020. Colleges said, "We're not going to do the SAT. We're not going to ask kids to come in and do the test because we don't want them to get COVID and die." So now. 6 years later.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Well, yes.
When they said the SATs were racist, is that because people that have more money could afford better tutoring? Is that
you can take a class?
Okay.
Yeah. And then also they didn't like when it comes to the vocabulary, they thought, well, those are rich, I guess, white people words or something. I don't know. You have to have some reason to explain why there's such a gap between one color of a person and another color when it comes to taking the test. So finally, thanks for the question, Joe. The University of California Board of Regents are going to restore the testing for college admission beginning in 2027. They said that basic math fluency and literacy is, they said the college professors are teaching middle school math. Because if they looked at only the transcripts, some of the kids were coming in with, A's and B's and A pluses and stuff. They just look at the transcripts. Well, this kid can probably do the work. But they didn't give them the score, the Scholastic Aptitude Testing score. So then they'd get in. They realize the grades are inflated, but they can't do basic math and reading at a seventh grade level in college? Good Lord. Other colleges, Cornell and Dartmouth, represented the decision more quickly. They're bringing the SAT back. So they want to see, can you do the same test that everybody else can do? It's a better way of being able to judge the ability that you have. Yeah. They also didn't like the fact, some of the college didn't like the fact that too many Asians and Jews were getting in, and it was a glut into the population of a particular set of people that we feel we already have enough of. Columbia University announced it would discard its SAT and AT requirement, and they said they're sticking with it. They're going to let everybody in. The SAT, Scholastic Aptitude Testing Center. I think when I was a kid, it was 1,600 was perfect, and then I think they changed the numbers a little bit, but still, boy, you'd have to do that. The hardest ones were like your mother's brother's uncle is what relationship to your father's sister. Remember those?
No, I never took it.
You never took the SAT?
Nope.
Anybody else?
Andrew? I did, John.
How'd you do, Nate?
I did pretty darn good. Look at me.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I see you now. Here's your.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. It doesn't even matter what your reading and your math scores were, but why don't you give them to us now?
Yes, sir. Yeah. They were. I think they were 800 and 725.
You scored high on the BS section of the reading. Aced that. I told the story before, so don't interrupt me with you heard it before. But when I scored 640 combined, because they give you 200 just for signing your name. I think so. I got I picked up 400 points on the math, and then I picked up another 450 on the reading. So combined, I was at 680 or something. Horrible number. Terrible.
Did you know
number.
you had dyslexia at that point?
This is no.
Okay.
I mean, I knew it, but they didn't. I went to University of Pennsylvania. I got tested in my final semester of high school, and the guy's like, "Well, you got dyslexia, which is a broad term regarding. It's basically a learning. You have a learning difficulty. Now, there's 8 different ways we sort of find dyslexia. Now, what you have is known as it's a processing, and he drew in so you see the word, it comes into your brain, then it moves over the right side of the brain, goes to the left side of the brain, and then has to come back out again through as speech. Now, what happens is when it comes in, the letters get all turned around, and then when your brain sees it, it just thinks, well, that's the word, and then you say it.
Yeah.
But that's not the word. Now, what you've been able to do is catch yourself. You don't say the word, but you know it's not the right word. So what you do is we call a thing called substituting. You just make up another word to stick in there that you think will work.
Yeah, you know what? It makes a lot of sense as to why you got good at kind of oration and just winging it, freestyling.
I remember standing one time at a restaurant, and they had all the stuff up on the board. You could just order it. And I looked up there, and I'm looking at the word lasagna, right? And I'm looking at it because I know they don't have leather on the menu. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'll have the and I wasn't going to order the leather because I was like, I'll have the I'm like, okay, is it leather? Is it lavender? Is it but I knew it was lasagna. Right? But because it was going into my brain and getting all whipped around, coming back out again, I was just like, I'll have a hot dog. Tastes like leather. Yeah. Anyway, so I took it the first time, failed miserably, and then I said to my buddy, Jim, hey, are you taking it again? He said, yeah, I want to try to get better than 1240. Great, I'll sit next to you. So I sat next to him, and he sat there, and all we did is he'd turn the page, I'd turn the page, I'd look over, and if his page was the same as my page, he would quietly C, B, D, D. I'm just, if they had reading, math, and hearing, I would have scored very high on the hearing. And then when he would turn the page again, I'd look over, and it wouldn't be the same page. Now, at this point, I'm free falling out of this airplane, and I would just make any sort of pattern at all. Like, there's no way there'd be 2 B's in a row. No. I'm trying to get into the mind of the people at Scholastic Aptitude Testing Center in Princeton, New Jersey. And then he'd turn the page again. I'd look over. Oh, God, thank God, it's the same page. C, A. And then he'd mess up. He goes, no, not A, it's B. I'm like, oh, great. Now I have to erase. And then I went from 6-something to, I don't know, like 1040. But if you go up more than 200 points, the Scholastic Aptitude Testing Center in Princeton, New Jersey, takes your test and runs it through the tests that are beside you, behind you, in front of you. Ooh. It's right, left, front, and back. And they find any connection between the two. And they saw old Jimmy and I were lining up pretty good. They took us into the principal's office. Everybody else, they got their test. They took us in there and they said, and Brother Benedict, Did you let him cheat off you? Did you know he was cheating off you? And Jim said, no. Okay, you can leave. Curly, did you cheat off him? I said, damn right I cheated. I'm also going to get into college. Right. Of course I had to cheat. Yeah, I got to get in. He's like, well, now you're not going to be able to get in. No, they're not going to accept you. They caught you. They caught you cheating off of Farley. How'd you do it? I said, I got good eyes. I got good peripheral vision. Yeah.
I think you have dyslexia to thank for all of your gifts.
Oh, thank you, Joe. I just feel sorry for the people that I have to subject me to reading stuff.
Oh, it's awful. God. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, here's the thing, people. Joe knows what the words are, and he's like, that's an interesting choice of words right there. Anyway, the SATs in certain colleges are coming back to better put the kids in colleges that will meet them where they are. right? There was a great book came out about 12 years ago called Mismatched. Kids getting into colleges, they can't do the work, they fail, they get out, and then they don't reapply or go somewhere else. But if they're better matched with a college that can meet them with where their education is, they succeed. So anyway, there you go. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thank you, John. KIRO Newsradio App has the update up in Shoreline, North 5, just before 175th. Turns out this is a stall, not a collision, but it's been cleared out of your way. It's on the right shoulder. You're backed up to 130th. Seattle to Linwood is up to a half hour. Bellevue to Linwood, 40 minutes. We're heavy through Kirkland up to about 132nd, where we recently cleared a collision. South 5 heading into Seattle turns into a bumper-to-bumper backup at 50th in the downtown. It's a half hour to get through downtown Seattle on North 5. Your backup starts just before the West Seattle Bridge. And just minutes ago, a new crash now just before 520 blocks your left lane. Seattle to Federal Way, 35 minutes. Typical backup here between Interurban Avenue and 516. And a new collision in Tukwila, eastbound 518, just past Highway 99. This one involves a motorcycle. It's on the shoulder, but I think looks like State Patrol or IRT has that left lane blocked at the scene. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Yeah, hi. I know it's late, but my water heater's leaking.
Don't worry. We can get a plumber out there fast.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And if it can be repaired, we'll take care of it. But if it's time to replace, you could save $200 on a new water heater right now. Plus, you may qualify for up to $1,000 in rebates, and we handle it start to finish.
Sweet.
Need a plumber fast? The CM Heating Plumbing Team is there when you need it most. Schedule now at cmheating.com.
There's no beating CM Heating.
CMHEA HL750LP.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive?
These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
Looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, D.R. Horton has the right home for the best value. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Stop living with missing teeth. You may qualify for full mouth implants at a reduced cost using your medical insurance. Call South Seattle Smiles today at 206-241-5533 to see if you're a candidate. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Remember the stories of the scientists, the mysterious disappearance of various scientists that were working with national labs? So one of them, a lab worker who vanished, was just last year was just found in New Mexico National Forest. Remains identifying those of Melissa Casillas. The worker at the Los Alamos National Laboratory disappeared last year. Authorities announced this weekend they found her in the woods, her remains in the woods, and a gun nearby. She was the second person employed at the laboratory to go missing last year. That happens all the time, though. Following the disappearance of Anthony Chavez, 78 in May. Have they found that guy?
No, I just remember McCaslin.
There are 10 missing or deceased scientists and laboratory staff who worked at a sensitive nuclear space technology labs, law enforcement officials tell CBS News. The FBI is leading... Oh, they can be trusted. Oh, good. We're in good hands. The FBI is leading the investigation into possible connections. Oh, you think? Well, let's see. 10 scientists missing or deceased and laboratory staff who worked at a sensitive nuclear space technology labs they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
But
most of them dead.
Yes, Casillas was reported missing on the 26th of June in 2025 after failing to show up at work and returning home that evening. After visiting her daughter, state police, family members found her personal belongings. Yeah, she left behind, this is the other guy did this too, leaves the ID, the purse, and the cell phone.
And I believe McCaslin did the same thing, data wiped their cell phones. So went in and erased everything on it.
I know the other day I took the dogs out for a walk and I had to run back to the barn because I'd forgotten to data wipe my phone. I called my wife. Hey, Nick, can you do me a favor? I'm about a quarter mile down the road. Can you data wipe my phone? Because I just going to be out walking for a while. Okay, no one's going to find out about this. And this just drives Joe deeper into the hole. There we are. Joe in his own hole. They said it couldn't be done.
My yard.
They found the other guy?
No.
Hang on.
But she was essentially the second big name that was affiliated with the first guy that everybody was worried about.
Here's the
a number of U.S. scientists, some connected to very sensitive research, who have died or disappeared. Carl Gromar was an astrophysicist at Caltech. He worked on a NASA-supported space telescope project and infrared systems. Now, he was shot and killed at his home just 2 months ago. Then there's Frank
the middle of
Maywald.
Nowhere.
He was the senior scientist.
He was cleaning his gun
at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, focused on advanced satellite systems, and he died nearly 2 years ago, but his cause of death has never been made public. Meanwhile, Monica Reza also reportedly connected to NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab project. She went missing last summer while hiking in California. No trace. There's William McCaslin, a retired Air Force general.
Yeah, this guy. This is the 911 call made by his wife.
This is April. How may I help you?
Hi, April. My name is Susan Wilkerson. My husband is missing.
Okay.
And it's been about 3 hours, and I have some indication that he must have planned not to be found. He's left his phone. He changed his clothes into I don't know what. I think he's on foot. All of our cars and bicycles are in the garage. I left for a doctor's appointment at about 11:10, and he was here at that time at the house. And I got back from that at noon, and he was gone. He turned it off and left it behind, which seems kind of deliberate because he's always got his phone.
This woman, it's like she's reading this.
He has a smartwatch. I don't know if that's with him or not.
Has he ever done this before?
Never. Nothing even remotely like it. He's a retired Air Force Major General. He's very responsible.
It had only been 3 hours at that point.
Okay, but okay.
Also
So she's concerned. But she's not panicked.
Medical issues.
We're going to send some deputies up to talk to you, see if we can search a little bit and see what's going on, okay?
Sure. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, it's just 3 hours. Well,
no trace of him yet.
Don't worry, the FBI's on it. Cash Patel will let you know. Susie flies his girlfriend back from somewhere.
Oh, Susie sobers up.
Good stuff. All right. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Seattle Sports has the update. Let's start you in Seattle. South 5, bumper to bumper at 50th in the U District into downtown. Half hour to get through downtown. North 5, your backup start at the West Seattle Bridge. We cleared our earlier crash already at 520. Eastbound 518 in Tukwila, just past Highway 99. Our collision is blocking your left lane. You're backed up to the airport. Bellevue to Renton, a half hour slow from 520 all the way to the Renton Landing. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway. Plan on 45 minutes. The north end, you're looking pretty good. It is packed, though, from Algona into Puyallup. And south of Roy, southbound 507 at 320th Street, a crash is blocking your southbound lane. This is right in front of the Calvary Baptist Church for those who drive through the area. You got about a 2-mile bumper-to-bumper backup. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan. Is your house out of order? Does it need some sorting out? I'm talking about certain parts of the house where they're supposed to be, having all your shoes neatly arranged somehow. Maybe the closets, you could find the thing that you're looking for, or the garage, which is supposed to have a whole bunch of tools and other stuff in it. Maybe you have a couple of cars in it. If it's a 2-car garage, it's just not functioning correctly because this mess has taken over, and you need to be able to get some organization. And that's where Closets by Design come in. I think next week they're going to be at the barn putting in something for Rye because now Rye's home. So they're going to build a cabinet. They're going to have a place to put shoes. They're going to build another sort of storage area as well. They did all the great work in the garage and put an entire wall of cabinets in there. They built a custom cabinet that matches the laundry room. Who knew they could do something like that? Well, I do. They customize. Closets by Design does, but they don't charge you the big price, 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing, 0% financing. When approved to credit, paid in full. It's Closets by Design. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's closetsbydesign.com.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the recipient of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards, including Overall Excellence and Excellence in Writing.
We can't let hatred become the air we breathe. It poisons us all. Our strength is in unity.
We thank you who listen, stream, and watch every day. The driving force that pushes us to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
With Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, maintenance is the key to a long-lasting roof. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? Call us today. Our first-time customers can save $99. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon?
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Voters casting ballots in 6 states in key races that could shape the midterm elections and balance of Congress. California's primary includes candidates vying to become governor. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
When it comes to governor of California, Javier Becerra, the former Health and Human Services Secretary, is leading going into tonight, but it's a close race. There are 61 candidates on the ballot for governor. Democratic climate activist Tom Steyer and Fox News host Steve Hilton are also polling toward the top. At one point, it seemed like the two moving on to November could have been two Republicans. Tonight, it looks like it could be two Democrats. But Hilton is trying to take one spot, so it could be one Republican moving forward.
President Trump has appointed Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte to replace Tulsi Gabbard as the acting director of national intelligence. Following the attempted assassination of President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner in April, the association has announced it's rescheduled the annual dinner for July 24th. This is ABC News. Uber has released its latest Lost and Found Index, and there's a growing number of expected, along with the odd items.
The most common items left behind in Ubers include phones, wallets, luggage, and, of course, keys. Among what Uber calls the most unique items left behind this year, a toboggan, an ankle monitor, 2 wedding dresses, and 2 pounds of Gushers, the blue raspberry flavor. It's the 10th year Uber has put out an index of items left behind in its cars. The top unique items from previous years include a taxidermied rabbit last year, 500 grams of caviar back in 2022, and divorce papers in 2018. Mike Dubosky, ABC News.
Game 1 between the New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs tips off in Texas tomorrow night. Bloomberg reports that some Knicks season ticket fans, though, are facing a dilemma, agonizing over trading a once-in-a-lifetime experience at Madison Square Garden for tens of thousands of dollars if they sell their tickets. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Coming up, a manhunt for the suspected shooter in the killing of a Parkland teen. That's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This one brought to us by your Seattle Mariners. Seattle to Everett, 50 minutes this afternoon. It's once you cross the Ship Canal Bridge, it clears out till you get to about 130th there in Northgate. And then from there, you're crowded up past 164th in Mill Creek. Now, Bellevue to Everett, we just hit 1 hour. It is heavy from pretty much South Bellevue all the way up to about 132nd there in Totem Lake, where we've got a collision on the shoulder shoulder, still proving to be quite a distraction as drivers are slowing at the scene. After that, you're going to clear out. Let's see, South 5 bumper to bumper at 50th in the downtown. Half hour to get through downtown on North 5 with scattered backups starting before the West Seattle Bridge. Eastbound 518 in Tukwila just past Highway 99. A collision blocks your left lane, so you're backed up to the airport, and this is affecting those on the Airport Expressway trying to get onto 99. Bellevue to Renton, a half hour. You're slow from 520 to the Renton Landing. And south of Roy, southbound 507 at 320th Street, we've got a crash blocking your southbound lane, and you're backed up close to the Roy Y now. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer long, presented by T-Mobile. The next show is June 19th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The hunt now on for a third suspect in the killing of 17-year-old Braylon Diaz in Parkland last month. Pierce County Sheriff's Deputy Carly Capetto says they are looking for 21-year-olds.
Brandon was the one that had the gun in his hand and was the one that robbed the young man of the chain around his neck and essentially pulled the trigger to shoot him.
That is Brandon Torres Mesa. You can see a photo of him on our website, mynorthwest.com. 2 others have already been arrested in the case. They made their first court appearance today. Washington State Patrol now looking for witnesses after a drive-by shooting this morning on I-5 in Seattle. Trooper Rick Johnson says a black Mercedes SUV was hit around 2:50 on southbound I-5 near the convention center.
They heard a loud noise and felt an impact, and then discovered that their vehicle had been struck by gunfire.
That bullet hit the right rear door. The driver was not hurt. An Arlington police officer is now back behind bars. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports 41-year-old Dustin Bartlett was arrested at his Camano Island home on Friday, his second arrest in as many weeks.
Dustin Bartlett's girlfriend turned him in May. The veteran Arlington police officer facing 10 counts now of possessing images of child sex abuse. The Everett Herald reports Bartlett was arrested again on Friday for violating a protection order. Neighbors telling KIRO 7 TV they called 911 fearing for the girlfriend's safety.
Yeah, very brave. I give her a lot of credit for being strong enough to do that.
Bartlett was once named Officer of the Year in Arlington. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Mayor Katie Wilson says she wants to renew and expand Seattle's $50 million transit measure. It was approved by voters in 2020. It expires next year.
When we make our transit system better, we make it possible for more households to live car-free or car-light. And that could put hundreds or thousands of dollars back into a family's budget. That is real affordability.
She is asking voters to double the city's transit sales tax from 15 cents to 30 cents per $100 purchase. Mayor hopes to have that measure on the November ballots. Your forecast now, we are seeing lots of sunshine and hot weather out there, mid-80s across the map, some low 90s also starting to pop up. Right now, 84 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Not from West Seattle. We need a transit signal priority. Look it up.
Sit down, sir. Thank you.
We identified that citizen.
Aaron.
Who was that they yelled about? What was the guy yelling?
Something about a transit signal.
Transit signal? Oh, Aaron's going to find it right now. He cares. Say that. Here we go with the John Curley Show. Thank you, everybody.
Very busy.
Yes, he's got a lot of stuff going on. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is there for you. Constructive criticism, direct that to Joe. 1-888-973-5476. Hot today. Heat wave, isn't it? Heat wave coming.
Heat wave. It's like a lid on a pot.
Okay, dive it into that. All right. I'm going to do Trump and Netanyahu, but can I just do a quick local story?
Sure.
We're local.
Which one do you like?
I'm going to
skip the menopause one.
Wait, here it is right here. This is yesterday. Governor Bob Ferguson signed an executive order to support women in workplace experiencing menopause. Oh, good.
Today I am signing an executive order to support women in the workplace who experience perimenopause.
Okay, thank you, Joe. I just read exactly what he said.
Well, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
It should be something different.
It's for you to know what's in the clip, not for you to read verbatim.
Other producers give you a lead in.
Yeah, well, I'm different.
Perimenopause and menopause symptoms. Like too many issues around women's health, we don't talk much about menopause, and certainly not from a podium with government leaders standing in support. We believe this is one of the most comprehensive single pieces of policy put forward to date, combining both worker protections with increasing health profession education on perimenopause and menopause.
Yeah, because you haven't done one before, so this is the first one. This is, groundbreaking.
The issue is pretty clear. Menopause will impact half our population at some point in their lives, yet women are too often left to navigate this change alone.
Oh, my God. What do we do before this? Now, Rhode Island did the same thing. We were not the first. We can't have this on our license plates. Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, those are the two best states for menopause, going through menopause. Pennsylvania and Rhode Island, paddling back and forth. Illinois, California, of course. I think New York's in there, and Washington now. So he's going to share some of the data. Let's see.
In the United States, 75% of women work during their menopause years. The Mayo Clinic estimates productivity losses due to menopausal symptoms total approximately $1.8 billion nationwide.
Out of what? Out of what number? Whenever they do that right now. So you take the total GDP of the country, $1.8 billion. Blook. Drop in the bucket. But, okay, good job, Mayo Clinic. They estimate $1.8 billion nationwide. All right.
The Society for Women's Health Research has found that 2 in 5 women considered leaving their job or did leave a job.
Who did this? Who did this study?
Society
has found that 2 in 5 with approximately $1.8 billion nationwide. The Society for Women's Health Research.
Oh, Society for Women's Health Research. Okay.
Has found that 2 in 5 women considered leaving their job or did leave a job due to those symptoms. And 1 in 4 consider.
Okay. So I looked up, because whenever you see any of this sort of stuff, you're like, okay, well, let's see. Who is the Society for Women's Health Research? So I looked it up. They are a lobbying organization funded primarily by pharma. All right, fine. Somebody has to pay the bills. Then I looked up, okay, so what was the research they did? Right? Remember the number he gave? Was the number still like 1 in 8 or something like that? Hang on,
due to menopausal symptoms total approximately $1.8 billion nationwide.
All right.
The Society for Women's Health Research has
a lobbying organization funded by pharma. He could have put that in there.
Found that 2 in 5 women considered leaving their job or did leave a job due to those symptoms.
All right, so then I wanted to see how they did the research on that to come up with that shocking number, right? Because what you get is 40% of women are ready to quit their job because of menopause. I looked it up. Here's what they did. They did an opt-in internet survey. So it would come up. So what happens when you do that? So it's a self-selecting bias, right? You're going through menopause, feeling kind of crappy about your job, you got a bunch of other stuff going on, and you fill out the form. So it's not a randomized sample. There's no control group. It was opt-in, self-selected bias in the survey. I think it was 990 women or something, and then they expanded it out. Then the study updated for the national workforce data, and 40% of the people they spoke to were men. And some of them were younger employees included in the mix, because they were saying, well, do you help women that are going through menopause? But they put all the numbers together, and then you get this, great big number that's shocking everybody. And then all of a sudden you get, 1 out of 8 or 1 out of 4 or whatever, they're going to leave their job because of it. And then it's going to cost $1.8 billion to a gigantic, huge economy already. But just throw the numbers around and make yourself feel good. You're going to join Rhode Island and Pennsylvania and Illinois and Washington, California, with the government getting involved in something else.
And 1 in 4 considered not pursuing or did not pursue a leadership opportunity due to menopause symptoms.
Really? I mean, really? Again, who are you talking? You are self-selecting. It's immediately, because if someone's like, hey, you're thinking about buying a car? Yeah. Now they self-select into buying a car. Now they're answering all the questions. So it's self-selecting. You're not going to randomize. So it's a bad study. Bad study funded by pharma from an organization whose job it is in order to be able to get more people talking about it, in order to be able to sell more pharmaceutical drugs that would help you alleviate the problems of menopause. I'm not at all diminishing it. Perimenopause and menopause, all of it, can be really, really tough hormonally on a whole bunch of women. Got it.
Stated another way, we are losing people in the workforce with tremendous knowledge, tremendous experience. We're losing their voices in leadership because we are not doing enough to prepare for a natural stage of life that impacts half our population.
Okay, so then if you're the governor and you got the women from, some other group coming and advocating, what is he going to say? No, right? Of course he's going to go along with it. But just another example, like the government getting involved. Was it Tammy Baldwin? Is that her name from, was she from Minnesota or Wisconsin? I can't remember that congresswoman. She wants to make sure that the people of her state are able to watch home games, NFL football games. Yeah, Tammy Baldwin, I think it is. It's like, what?
What do you mean?
Because it's the something or other football, free football, that it's too confusing.
For the Fans Act.
Yeah, for the Fans Act, that it's too confusing for the people of her hometown to find a home football game, to find the game that they want to watch on television.
So what?
Yeah, but why is the government involved in that? Right? And they're going to help women. Boy, these people are going to. She was, unless Ferguson came in and the government came in, that woman was so close to quitting and taking all of her knowledge with her. But somehow Bob was able to help keep her in. I mean, what a joke.
She was up for a big promotion, but she decided not to
last
accept
minute.
it.
And then she's like, God,
I wish I
could farm a pharmaceutical drug. Maybe I should call these women over there at the Society of Women's Health Research, because they might have a suggestion for me. I don't mind somebody trying to help women that are going through it, but why the government? Because what's going to happen, I looked up to see what they did in Rhode Island and Pennsylvania. Then what they do is they send a bunch of stuff to the employer, and they're like, how old are the women that work there? What are you doing to support them? Are allowing them to take the day off? Do you have high air conditioning adjustments? Are they allowed to make the adjustments? Can they change their uniform if they want? And the employer's like, yeah, more stupid paperwork I got to fill out on this thing. Yeah, they could change the AC if they're not feeling well. They can go home if they want. Oh, no, the government's going to come in there and, like, make sure. It's so crazy. Well, thank you, Bob. Thank you again, because
today I am signing executive order to support women in the workplace who experience perimenopause and menopause symptoms.
Here we go. Okay. Because what are you going to say? No. No, not going to do that. Benjamin Netanyahu and apparently Donald Trump had a call. A lot of people don't know if it's true. Some people think it's fake. Some people say that it's the inside is that Netanyahu says, tell everybody that you yelled at me. Tell everybody you screamed at me and said the stuff you said. Well, first of all, I don't know if that's necessarily true, because what he said sounds just like Trump. Now, whether he said make something up, who knows about this news nowadays? Make it up, say whatever you want to say, but just make it seem like we're at wits' end with one another.
Trump and Netanyahu have been very close, very coordinated, especially on Iran. But that doesn't mean that from time to time they don't have some significant differences that erupt in phone calls. And the U.S. official told me that the phone call they had yesterday around noon was one of the worst they've had since Trump came back to the White House.
Now you have to think, okay, so why did they leak that? Why did they tell everybody it was so bad?
And during that call, Trump pretty bluntly told Netanyahu that he needs to stand down when it comes to his plan to order the IDF to bomb Beirut, to knock down buildings in Beirut, Hezbollah targets in the Lebanese capital. And Trump, for some time, thought that knocking down buildings in Beirut was a disproportionate response to what's been going on, to the fighting and the fact that Hezbollah is attacking Israeli soldiers in southern Lebanon. Trump supported the Israeli retaliation, but not by knocking down buildings in Beirut. And I think that what led to this call. And doing
it's a weird way of putting it, knocking down buildings.
Yeah. Everything about this.
Bombing the call, Trump was very clear and very strongly worded when he told Netanyahu to stand down and not to move forward with this.
Okay, according to Axios, Trump said to Netanyahu, If it wasn't for me, you'd be in jail or prison, and everybody hates you.
Yeah, and you're blank and crazy, which is okay.
Which, by the way, he did say that publicly a couple of months ago, and he's like, "What the blank is he doing?"
But this is like
here we go. Can you?
The narrative is that a lot of people are starting to adopt is that basically Netanyahu's calling the shots when it comes to Iran and certainly Lebanon, and Trump is just kind of in for whatever Bibi wants. So if you were going to counter that narrative, at least like on the surface, it would be a perfect psyop to leak this, the worst phone call. By the way, the guy that was just talking to CNN, that's the Axios reporter that leaked this. So this is the firsthand knowledge. It was the worst call they've ever had. That he was screaming obscenities at Netanyahu, saying, "What are you doing?"
Well, the evidence will be in the actions, because you can say whatever you want to say about the words, but then does Israel and Netanyahu stop going into Lebanon and stop knocking down buildings?
They haven't today.
Did they fire off
again?
Again? Lebanon? Yeah. Well, Hezbollah is still there.
Yeah, but he even said it. He said Israel attacking Hezbollah in southern Lebanon.
Okay. Joe, the basic sort of center tentpole of your argument is Israel has something on Trump. Israel is continuing to obliterate or do its best to use the power, that's what we have with our weapons and our money, in order to be able to take over the Middle East and then eventually have everything it wants there in the Middle East. And it's using the United States as like a
proxy?
A proxy and a sword.
Yep.
That's your take.
Yep.
You got to ask yourself, what about the women of Washington?
Today, I am signing an executive order to support women in the workplace who experience.
You are so selfish.
You're right.
You are so selfish.
I apologize.
All right. The war continues. The president the other day during an interview, I'm not going to sound on it somewhere. He said he's getting bored with it.
Bored with the negotiations. Yeah.
Right. First it was moving incredibly fast. Then he said he's bored with it.
And it's, by the way, he also said it's been over about 1,800
I know that.
times.
All right.
Okay.
The effects on the president and his popularity or lack of popularity, he continues to crater. I think it's like 34%, 32% Americans now are blaming him for inflation, more so than they blame Biden. I guess that's because the media was able to push that pretty hard. Plus, also, people realize, look at the price of gas and everything else continues to go up. The tariffs didn't help. And then just the instability in the market is showing up in people's pocketbooks, or lack of what was supposed to be in the pocketbook. So this is what you get. Heading into the midterms, the president said that he doesn't necessarily care about the midterms. I don't know if that's necessarily true. He might have some other things on his mind. And this is not beat up on Trump, because I know a lot of people listening to this show are Trump supporters. I get it, but given choice between the two, I would have chosen Trump. I didn't. I went with a libertarian because I like to waste my vote every single year. Just as a protest vote. But the president, when asked about the big party that's supposed to be taking place because all those performers bailed out, he said they were third-rate, washed up, one-hit wonders. And he's going to call upon him, the one person that is the most entertaining or the greatest.
Yeah, more popular than Elvis, I think,
in his heyday.
Yeah.
But this person doesn't play the guitar. This is me. I'm giving a speech like you've never heard before. So apparently it's all going to be built about Trump, and they got to get Lee Greenwood.
The greatest day ever.
There you go. Fine, Dandy. All right. That's some depressing news about the United States and a continuing ongoing battle in Iran. And I was talking to a lady today that works at the Sammamish Starbucks, or Klahani Starbucks. And she was from Iran, and her whole family's still over there. Her name is Sandy. And I said, what's it like? She said, it's like a weird dream. You go to sleep at night, you think, okay, it's bombing and power being out and roads being destroyed and stuff. And you think, okay, it's just like a weird dream. And then you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh my God, it's still going on. But her whole family was still there. And I thought she'd be an interesting person to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Maybe I'll give a call over there and see if we'll get her on the air, if she's allowed to anyway.
Got time tomorrow for Sandy.
Okay. Buckles Casino Resort text line is always there for you, like we are as well, from 3 to 7.
That's right.
1-888-973-5476. All are welcome. Here comes Nate. Check your traffic, Nathan.
Thanks, John. In Totem Lake, we just cleared a collision north 405 and northeast 132nd that had all three general-purpose lanes blocked momentarily. We now have a stall prior to that at northeast 85th, blocking the right toll lane. So backup start in Bellevue, but it turns into a parking lot there at 520. And once you get through this backup, though, it's all clear. Bellevue to Linwood is going to take you 50 minutes. That's about a 10-minute delay. Seattle to Linwood, a half hour. You're crowded from Northgate in through Mill Creek. Up in Everett, North 5 jams up at 526 at the interchange. You're all clear, though, by the time you hit Highway 2. Just over 10 minutes between Everett and Marysville. Eastbound 2 on the trestle, just past the Snohomish River Bridge. As soon as you get on the trestle there, a crash blocks your right lane. And we're still dealing with this collision down south of Roy, southbound 507 at 320th Street. It's blocking that southbound lane. We're alternating at the scene. And right now, the backup is about a mile and a half prior to the crash scene. And once you get past it, all that volume shifts down in toward McKenna and Yelm, and we've got big backups down there. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
When the heat's in 11,
cool AC would be heaven.
DayandNight.net. Stay cool this summer with a new AC or heat pump from Day and Night. And with installation, you'll get a free furnace.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. Call us about installing a high-efficiency cooling system or servicing your existing one so you're cool when you need it.
Get a new AC or heat pump now from Day and Night to stay cool this summer. Plus, with installation, you'll get a free furnace.
DayandNight.net.
A shot to center field. Julio is there, and Julio makes the catch!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house, even when there's not an actual seat, because you're in the T-Mobile pen.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
The pen isn't just the perfect space to hang with your whole crew. It's where you can see Julio defend the no-fly zone 1 minute and watch Senor Smoke get ready for his big entrance the next.
Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Sure, the pen is standing room only, but with a team this exciting, who wants to be sitting down? Mariners baseball. Try this up.
With Mariners value games, you can score tickets under $12 on select dates all summer, including June 16th through 18th against the Orioles. Plus, on Thursday the 18th, the first 15,000 fans will take home a Mariners Stars and Stripes soccer jersey thanks to Alaska Airlines. Get your tickets today at mariners.com. That's mariners.com.
Missing teeth? You may qualify for full mouth implants at a reduced cost using your medical insurance. Call South Seattle Smiles today at 206-241-5533 to see if you're a candidate. Your new smile starts now. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon?
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Your local Bryant dealer can make sure your system is up to the task. Whether it's maintaining your current system or installing an energy-efficient Bryant Evolution cooling system with perfect Humidity Plus technology, your dealer will give you what you need to help your family beat the heat. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. That's BryantNorthwest.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Latest update from the Department of Ecology says most of the chemicals from last week's deadly implosion in Longview did not leave the paper mill. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reports crews no longer need to do any emergency flushing at the site.
pH levels in the ditch system are in normal range. However, more than 2,200 fish have turned up dead. Crews are flying a drone to inspect all the ditches.
And Longview's drinking water is said to be safe, but officials are urging residents to stay away from any nearby ditches and sloughs while monitoring continues. Seattle leaders agreed today the King County Regional Homelessness Authority is in trouble. The council unanimously passed a resolution asking the mayor to weigh next steps. Councilmember Maritza Rivera says it is time to dissolve the agency.
I really feel strongly that the time has come to pivot to a different strategy and move away from the King County Regional Housing Authority, because we can't keep throwing good money after bad.
That resolution gives the mayor's office until August 1st to recommend whether to restructure, dissolve, or continue the agency. Another big payout from Pierce County over what allegedly happened at a juvenile detention center decades ago. Details from KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor.
The county council signed off last week on nearly $1.8 million in settlements to 4 people who were held at Raymond Hall as kids. According to the News Tribune, the individual payouts range from $250,000 to $680,000. The incidents date back as far as 1977, with the most recent stretching into 2002. Pierce County has now paid out nearly $10 million in Raymond Hall abuse cases over the last 6 months. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
A Covington woman killed while flying a combat mission over Iraq in March was posthumously honored today by the King County Council. Major Ariana Savino received the Martin Luther King Jr. Medal of Distinguished Service for a life defined by mentorship and breaking barriers in military aviation. Her parents accepted the award at today's council meeting.
What we continue to hear again and again is how she mentored, inspired, motivated, and encouraged others, especially young women, to believe in themselves and reach higher.
Major Savino was just 31. Takes us to 4:33 now. We head to Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. In Kirkland, northbound 405 and northeast 85th, we're still working this stall, blocking the right toll lane. So tows on scene. We have a 6-mile parking lot between 520 all the way to northeast 132nd in Totem Lake, where we have an earlier collision on the right shoulder. This is obviously still a big distraction as drivers are slowing at the scene. So Bellevue to Linwood, we're up to 1 hour. That's a 20-minute delay. Seattle to Linwood, in comparison, is at 40 minutes. You're slow from Northgate into Mill Creek. Up in Everett, North 5, we're struggling, packed from the mall up to Highway 2. And this backup is because on eastbound 2, just past the Snohomish River Bridge, a crash blocks the right lane. So if you're trying to get on the trestle there, it's a tough go to get on the trestle. So Everett to Marysville, we've climbed a few minutes, but still under 15 minutes. Into Seattle, South 5, we're heavy from Lake City Way to I-90. It's a half hour through downtown on northbound I-5. We are jam-packed from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. And really, outside of this, there are really no big surprises out there. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
So your forecast now, blue skies, hot weather. Tomorrow, big cool down, though. Highs will drop down into the 60s. Right now, 84 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Spring showers, more like spring sprinkles, downpours, hailstorms, cold snaps, flooding, and sometimes even a little sun. Spring in Western Washington changes day to day, even hour to hour. That's why you need experts who have decades of experience and the right tools to keep you weather ready. Watch KIRO 7 pinpoint weather forecasts in every newscast and on the KIRO 7 apps for your phone or TV.
Well said, well read, Joe.
I know.
Taking the car to Buc-ee's. Melody, can I come in? Take the car to Buc-ee's. No, Melody, it's your drums. I can't read it. There's nothing there. I'll write it and I'll do it live.
The thing sucks.
Bill O'Reilly didn't like it.
I can't do it.
Bill, can you do the Bucky song? Can you just read?
I can't read it. There's no words on it.
I wrote it. I did stick.
Whatever
figures.
it is, it's not right on
I
the
did stick
teleprompter. I don't know
figures.
what that is. I've never seen that.
All right, never mind. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. There's 16 locations. Been around for 51 years. Sorry, Bill, you couldn't read that. I wrote that down. You didn't read it. All right. The mosquitoes are coming, and the look out. They're coming for you, Joe. I was trying to get to the next thing here. Hang on a second. The mysterious. That's not it.
Oh.
Hang on.
There's no sound for the mosquito story. You're supposed to read it. You sent it to me.
Well,
you want some help?
I could tell you everything I know about mosquitoes.
Okay. Good place to start.
Let's see everything I remember. They fly at 1 mile to 1.5 miles an hour. Their wings beat anywhere between 300 and 600 times a second. That's where the buzzing sound comes from. When a male and female, yes, it is a social construct. There is a male and a female mosquito. When they mate, their wings actually harmonize.
Oh.
So the sound of a mosquito.
We shouldn't be listening to this.
And when they mate, this is what you hear. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, it's very annoying, that thing. Not the song. They can smell carbon monoxide from 75 feet away. If you wear...
How do we know that?
I don't know. This is just the science of the thing. If you wear dark-colored clothing, they're more attracted to you.
Yep.
In moonlight, it increases their visibility by 500% and more likely to get you. They're attracted to smelly feet, perspiration, and if you move around a whole bunch, like try to get them out of it, that only excites them more. to come over and bite you. The male does not bite. The male gets all of its sort of nutrients from nectar. The female doesn't bite. She actually, her nose there saws into your skin, and then it injects this chemical that stops your blood from coagulating. So then they take a little bit of your blood, and they need that. I know, Teeny. They need that for protein because that's where they lay their eggs. Any other questions?
And then they leave diseases in your blood, and that's how you get malaria.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you. All right.
Well, California could soon become a testing ground for Google's mosquito.
Hold on a second. Do you want to go somewhere there are 0 mosquitoes? Iceland. Greenland and Scotland, for like if you want to go on vacation and you just want to be eaten alive by mosquitoes, go there.
Alaska's pretty bad. Worst mosquitoes I've ever seen were in Alaska.
Okay, here, go ahead.
Google wants to release about 32 million genetically engineered mosquitoes in California.
Hold on, stop it, Andrew. It's really annoying. People are going to be very annoyed, even more so by this show. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
32 million genetically engineered mosquitoes into California and Florida as an experiment to see if they can cause the species to die off a bit, because these are non-reproductive mosquitoes. So they'll mate with the other mosquitoes, but then they won't be able to reproduce.
Right. So they think if they release 32 million of them, eventually they'll all get it on, and then they will be eradicated. They've been around for more than 400 million years.
That's right. That's how we got Jurassic Park. Remember?
I don't remember that one.
I think the interesting thing is there are not a lot of mosquito-related diseases in California that I'm aware of. Maybe this is preemptive in case the West Nile gets really.
They're going to try it out there first.
Yeah, we'll see. People in California aren't happy about it. They don't want their mosquitoes being messed with. They want natural mosquitoes and unvaccinated mosquitoes.
Has somebody come out and blamed Bill Gates for this yet?
Well, they're blaming Bill Gates for the ticks.
Okay, go ahead.
I gave you all the material on this one.
The tick conspiracy. Joe Rogan was talking to Congressman, this guy again, Tim Burchett, discussing the tick box conspiracy.
Ticks. Watch that thing.
The tick thing is nuts. Yeah, especially
because of meat, because of Gates.
Well, there's
Bill
boxes
Gates,
people are finding. I don't know if this is true because I've seen many reports.
I'll just say it anyway.
Reports on it, but I'm just going to say what I saw. That farmers and ranchers are finding boxes of ticks on their property. Now, I don't know if that's fake. I don't know if someone's setting that up to pretend they found these boxes of ticks, but there's videos of these people finding boxes of ticks.
Now, what they'll say is they'll probably say they're sterile ticks and that we're planting them out there so we can diminish the population, is what they'll say. But anytime they try to mess with the balance of nature, it never goes right.
Is that what they're saying? This is
no, but just get ready. That's
get to why he's putting ticks out there.
That's what
you're getting it right here.
I don't believe you have a right to go to someone's property and drop off sterile ticks.
No.
They heard, boy, I said that once. I said it a million times. John Kerry ran on that.
Away in hell.
That's crazy either way. But I have a good friend of mine who got bit by the Lone Star tick and has that alpha gal problem.
Yeah, a guy came out of my house yesterday looking at putting gutters up at our house. And that guy, he said, and I said, you did what? He goes, yeah, I can't eat any meat produced by a mammal.
Yes.
I was like,
yeah.
Listening to these two guys would be like if you were on a plane and you're sitting like behind them.
So my buddy, he just can't shake it.
He's been around that long.
He can only eat eggs. He's basically eating eggs and vegetables. That's all he's eating. And every time he tries to deviate, he has a horrible reaction. It makes, for people that don't know, it makes your body allergic to red meat.
Right. And who has got genetically made meat now?
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Okay, so here's what they're saying, that the ticks are going in there and then affecting the cattle. And then
No. They're making people allergic to meat, any kind of meat.
Oh.
My question I ask you, what purpose do ticks have?
This guy has this alpha.
Look at my face and my neck.
We can't, we're on the radio.
I can't eat red meat anymore.
We can imagine you not eating.
I can't have any animal byproducts in anything. And it's in everything. This is alpha-gal syndrome. This is f***ed up, man. Ticks. I love to go hiking. This is crazy.
I threw the hiking thing at the end. Maybe he's looking for. Is that a dating app? So here's the conspiracy: that Bill Gates doesn't want us to be able to have meat, hamburgers, because the amount of methane released by the cows is a big problem. It also takes a tremendous amount of water and fertilizer and then grass and hay and everything else in order to sustain our protein consumption, which is growing all the time around the world. So the theory is that in order to reduce our desire to have a hamburger or a steak, then what we'll do is we'll just have ticks bite a whole bunch of people, and then you'll be like this guy who loves to hike, but he can't go hiking, and he can't.
This is a disaster.
All right, Teeny, you can't wake up in the middle of the show and yell that.
I bet that guy's ticked off.
Oh, Nathan.
Wow.
Come on.
You got one more?
No, someone texted that in. I didn't. That wasn't me.
Oh, that's not you. Okay, you're just spreading it.
Yes.
Okay. Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
All right, in Kirkland, we cleared that stall north 405 and northeast 85th. You got a 6-mile backup between 520 and 132nd in Totem Lake, where we have a collision on the right shoulder. This is no longer bumper to bumper the entire way, so we're seeing this slowly thin out. Right now, though, Bellevue to Linwood's going to take you an hour. Seattle to Linwood is a half hour, slow from Northgate into Mill Creek. Up in Everett, North 5, we are packed bumper to bumper from the Everett Mall all the way to Highway 2. This is because drivers are waiting to get on the trestle because eastbound 2, just past the Snohomish River Bridge, we've got a crash block in that right lane. Everett to Marysville, just under 15 minutes. And now South 5 heading into Everett at the Snohomish River. We have a new crash block in your right lane, and you're backed up approaching the scene. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 35 minutes. It is heavy from 520 to 112th before things even begin to thin out for you. Seattle to Federal Way, 35 minutes. We're slow from the Boeing Access Road all the way to 516. Let's see, Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, about a 45-minute commute. The north end, we're looking good. It's the south end that jams up in Algona into Puyallup. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Nate, sometimes I think you say bumper to bumper just so you can say bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper?
That's what I mean.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Or no longer bumper.
Hey, I'm in the middle of talking about K2 Vision.
I just don't want that to be overlooked.
What's he yelling in there? K2 Vision. I think it was 6 years ago. I got to ask Andrew. He keeps track of all this stuff. Went to K2 Vision because every year I'd have to get another prescription for my glasses. My eyes were so bad. And I looked up our refractive lens exchange. And so I thought, refractive lens exchange, RLE, and I'm looking around. I think it's like 3 or 4 different places to do it. And then I find K2 Vision, and I saw all the great reviews. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going there. I'm going to talk to the doctors. And the big question I wanted was, needed the answer to, how many of these have you done? I didn't want, I'm looking forward to my first one. I had Dr. Kopstein. He said, I don't know, like 100,000? I haven't kept track. And then he said, I'm not going to do it unless it's going to have a really great result. I might tell you to come back in 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. So this guy's, he's not just in it for the money. He wants to make sure it's going to have a great result. So I do. 5 minutes, one eye, 5 on the other. You know what? I go back, I think a day later, I got 20/20 vision, still have it. No more readers, no more glasses, no more contacts. K2vision.com. That's K2 Vision. K2visionrle.com. K2visionrle.com.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. If your summer home improvement list has a new roof, siding, or a gutter upgrade, you owe it to your home to give Valentine Roofing a call. And once again, they've been awarded the best in the Pacific Northwest for roofing by the Seattle Times in 2025. And right now, qualified homeowners can take advantage of $0 down and 0% financing with 6 months deferred interest when paid in full within the promotional period. Financing subject to approved credit. Call 206 Roofing today, and remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 Motor Oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder. An equal housing opportunity builder.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Spike O'Neill here for Ageless Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery and she was home the next day. But we weren't sure if we were ready or equipped to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. It can be a much-needed break for a caregiver and a chance for you and your family to get a look and a taste of what Ageless Living offers. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof checked. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian, we help it last as long as possible. That's why every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
What's wrong?
Monitor has gone out on me, and I
Casino Resort text line 1-888-973-5476. Come on over. This guy is what's wrong? Joe, I'm launching into the show. There's no turning back now. The owner of Ballard Cut voted for the Sound Transit 3 back in 2016. He paid the higher car tab fee because God knows that's well set up, and believe that light rail would arrive one day in the neighborhood. But as everybody knows, I think the $34 billion. I'm in the middle of a radio show. They got a budget problem, so this isn't going to help. Chris Daniels reports.
I feel like it's a bait and switch, you know?
Tommy Patrick voted for ST3 and now wishes he didn't.
Where's my refund? I want my money back. I want cheaper car tabs.
The owner of the Ballard Cut says he's been paying those tabs with the promised light rail would be built nearby on Market Street. An idea that sounds more like a pipe dream after the board voted to downsize the voter-approved plan this week.
I mean, I think that it's against what the voters wanted.
It is a decision that now leaves Patrick and his restaurant at a crossroad.
It will impact my future decisions. If people don't have the ability to get to and from your location, or it gets increasingly difficult, then your location is going to suffer.
Yeah, that's right. Seattle City Councilman Dan Strauss spoke with the district, the feelings of the vote.
I can tell you Ballardites are pissed.
Yeah. It is the second time Ballard voters have been burned by financial mismanagement at a transit agency.
How can Sound Transit build a plan, a model to finance this in the future with assumptions?
Right now, with the current federal administration, I can't rely on those assumptions.
Oh, yes. Oh, right. Oh, that is sweet. That is sweet. Yeah, it's Trump.
Can Sound Transit build a plan, a model to finance this in the future with assumptions?
Yeah.
Right now, with the current federal administration, I can't rely on those assumptions.
Yeah.
Why isn't there more being done about fare enforcement to get more revenue for Sound Transit?
Because Trump's a racist.
Should be.
Why isn't Sound Transit putting retail at some of these light rail stations?
That's the same question that I've asked many different times.
But should all hope be lost for Ballard?
We're not in a good place today, but we're not dead.
Oh, okay. That is ridiculous. Again, when they tell you it's going to cost this amount of money and they're going to deliver it on this day, and they don't deliver it on that date, and it costs far more than it does. If it was a private corporation, publicly traded corporation, the government would be all over. You get your refund back. But no, we're going to hang on. We're $34 billion already in way out of whack on this stuff. They're not enforcing the fares. They're not collecting what they thought they're going to. And now they're like, well, we're going to have to raise the taxes on people to continue to have this thing going. The $30 car tab, you weren't here for that whole thing, were you, Joe? You missed it, right? Tim Eyman pushed, was it 976, I think it was. It was a $30 car tab. It passes, gets in there, and then they take it to court and like, well, you had two things on there. It was very, you broke one of the rules. You were pushing two at the same time, and you can't have that. Then they said, we'll take a look at your car tab. Then they come up with this thing. Rather than a blue book value, they come up with this convoluted value of the car. You got some old broken down 2012, Toyota Celica. Somebody might give you $1,500 on Craigslist, right? No, the state of Washington's like, 2012 Toyota Celica, 185,000 miles. Let's see, that beauty's good for about $8,200. It's a ridiculous number. And then, now you're going to pay a portion of that value of it. Like, who would give me the money? Where is that guy? Everybody knows it's a total racket. And a lot of police, God love you guys and gals, they don't enforce that car tab thing. If they see it, I talked to a couple of cops like, we think it's a total ripoff, so we don't pull people over for it. And then the state of Washington, I think a couple of months ago, said, we're not making as much money as we thought we were on the car tabs.
Shocker.
Are you finished rearranging all your computers over there?
Oh, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All righty, this one brought to us by Seattle Sports. Tacoma to Olympia, just under an hour and 55 minutes. You've got a 4-mile thick backup along JBLM. More slowing between Lacey and Olympia. Heading into Tacoma, South 5. We're slow at State Route 18 across the Puyallup River Bridge. A very typical backup here. Federal Way to Tacoma, plan on 25 minutes. Let's get you into Seattle, North 5. It's now bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 45 minutes just to get through downtown Seattle. Crossing the lake from Bellevue, we're up to 40 minutes on I-90. It's 40 minutes on both bridge routes, actually. We've got some hefty volumes crossing the lake into Seattle. Up in Everett, we're struggling North 5, bumper to bumper at the Everett Mall up to Highway 2. That's because folks are lining up to get across the trestle. So eastbound 2, just past the Snohomish River Bridge, a crash still blocks the right lane. We've got a tow on scene, so hopefully this will clear up pretty soon. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial, 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Jason Rance here with Greg Nunn from Nunn Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are a ton of national advertisers offering services similar to yours. Why shouldn't I go with one of them?
National firms are an interesting phenomena, if you will, because I hear from clients that tried them initially, and they tell me these stories that are just really hard to believe, Jason. They'll call, and the person that they're talking to is really a salesperson. They don't really know the tax resolution business at all. They're trying to make a sale. And so they overpromise, and they'll hook them with a very low initial fee. Then when that case starts moving down the road, all of a sudden the person's getting a phone call. Oh, you need to pay us thousands of dollars to get this thing done. And they tell me sometimes it never gets done.
So it's a tax resolution scheme without any of the resolution.
I really believe part of it is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with None Better Tax Resolution. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
KIRO News Radio. Get on the YouTube channel. We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day. Hang out with us. The whole gang's there. And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
You're losing your hair, and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. For 34 years, they've been giving honest advice you can trust as your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts and debt consolidation specialists, too. Just web search Best Mortgage.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. An unknown number of hostages are being held this hour as police respond to a bank robbery and bomb threat in Bakersfield, California. ABC's Melissa Adon is in Los Angeles.
Police say there is a male suspect that's inside that bank. He's making bomb threats, but police say they do not know just how many people are involved and inside that bank right now who are trapped. Well, City Hall, police headquarters are on lockdown there as police negotiate with that suspect right now.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche got a grilling on Capitol Hill today and confirmed
we're not moving forward with the fund.
That's a controversial anti-weaponization fund that would have used nearly $1.8 billion in taxpayer money to compensate the president's allies. President Trump posting that talks with Iran continued today, but that, quote, one never knows where those talks will go. 6 states holding primary elections today, including California. Voters casting ballots in the race for governor and L.A. mayor. This is ABC News. The World Cup is just days away, and as players and staff enter the country, they're facing additional health screenings.
The games are expected to draw up to 7 million visitors to the U.S., raising concern about the possible spread of Ebola from Africa. Confirmed cases in the DR Congo have jumped more than 20% in a single day. But one aid group warns the outbreak may be much larger, pointing to delays in detection and limited contact tracing. Americans returning from the DRC, Uganda, and South Sudan must now re-enter the U.S. through 4 designated airports for mandatory screenings.
ABC's Hannah Battah. Google is getting in the business of population control of mosquitoes. The search engine's parent company requesting federal approval to release millions of male mosquitoes in California and Florida that are sterile. General Mills is selling its Haagen-Dazs ice cream shops in mainland China to an investor group that includes Chinese tea brand Ningyi. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Coming up, a new suspect named in the fatal shooting of a Parkland teenager. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Pretty busy out there. The KIRO Newsradio app has our update. Tacoma to Olympia, just under an hour. You've got a 4-mile thick backup through JBLM. More slowing heading into downtown Olympia. Here in Seattle, North 5, we're bumper to bumper from the Michigan Curve all the way across the Ship Canal Bridge. 45 minutes to get through this. South 5 jams up at 85th down to I-90. Now, crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, we're struggling on both bridge routes. 40 minutes on both routes. Westbound 90 starts to slow at Bellevue Way, doesn't let up till you get into Seattle. And westbound 520, bumper to bumper from the east end of the lake over to I-5. Up in Everett, we're slowly improving. North 5 remains packed, though, at the Everett Mall up to about Broadway, and then things thin out pretty quickly for you because we cleared our crash eastbound 2 heading onto the trestle. South 5 at the Snohomish River, though, we've still got a crash in your right lane. You're backed up bumper to bumper to 529. Marysville to Everett is up to a half-hour drive. Going the other way, Everett to Marysville, down to just 10 minutes. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. Detectives have named the suspected shooter in last week's robbery murder of a 17-year-old boy in Parkland. 21-year-old Brandon Torres Mesa is now wanted by the Pierce County Sheriff's Office. Here's Deputy Carly Capetto.
Right now, our biggest concern is getting Brandon in custody. We do believe that he is armed, and we do know that he is fleeing his capture.
And detectives believe he killed Braylon Diaz after a group of people robbed the boy of his necklace on May 24th. 2 other suspects are in custody. The News Tribune reports 26-year-old Alyssa Marie Vaught Barr is now charged with first-degree murder. Her boyfriend was arrested as well, but has not been charged at this point. An Auburn man is headed to prison for a racially motivated attack on a Metro bus passenger. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
In March of 2024, Aiden Hernandez-Mayoral yelled racist remarks at a black woman, calling her Rosa Parks and telling her to move to the back of the bus. When the bus came to a stop, he threw her off it and into a fence. He beat her and stomped on her and stabbed her repeatedly with a knife. Her thick coat managed to protect her from serious injuries. A federal judge has sentenced him to 4.5 years in prison. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson has unveiled a proposal to renew and expand the Seattle Transit Measure. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports.
The existing Seattle Transit Measure, approved by 80% of voters in 2020, funds frequent bus service, streetcar operations, and free ORCA cards for those who qualify. Mayor Wilson wants to double the city's transit sales tax from 0.15 to 0.30 per $100 purchase.
Just to maintain the level of transit service that we have been providing was going to require a larger measure anyway, because the cost of everything is going up all across the board.
The mayor expects the measure to be on the ballot for voters to decide this November. In Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Key piece of the Seahawks Super Bowl run is here to stay.
D-Hall, Derek Hall gets in there for the sack.
ESPN reports edge rusher Derek Hall has agreed to sign a 3-year, $42 million extension. Hawks drafted Hall in the second round in 2023. He had 1 year left on his rookie contract. Your forecast now, it is hot outside and sunny. Temperatures in the low 80s. We'll see upper 60s for tomorrow, along with some light rain, possibly. Right now, 83 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Lasagna, the linguine.
Tom Brokaw seems torn between either one of those great choices on the Italian restaurant menu.
Wasn't interested in the leather, huh?
So let's put a lasagna. Aaron enjoys that.
I do like that.
As an anchor man, you understand. A little shock.
Diving in the news, here we go, the John Curley Show. I am so excited to be speaking with Spencer Griffin Beal in just a little bit. The Edmonton Billboard Bachelor. Wife wanted. Edmonton man pays for personal ad on a billboard, finding someone special. How's it going for him?
He said he's kind of a micro celebrity in Edmonton now, and he's gotten lots of dates.
Right here in Seattle as well. Will he be on the video screen with us? Will we get
yes, that's the plan.
And everything. Okay, good. Let's see. Joe has written down the order of stories you'd like me to speak about. Seattle. I saw Jonathan Cho. He pops up on my Instagram, and he loves. Cho would be most upset. I'm not taking anything away from the guy. He does work that other people don't do. If no one paid attention to him, my dad's old thing. We would driving somewhere, go down the shore. I'd be teasing my brother, and okay, this is the line you can't cross. And I would poke at him. My dad would say, "Don't give him what he wants. Don't react. Don't react to him. He's a bully. Don't react to him. If you don't react to him, he's going to stop." If people didn't react to Cho, do you think he'd keep doing it? It's best for him.
Person. Yeah,
it's best for him to have the conflict.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. I appreciate the work that he does because he gets chased down the street, guys swinging sticks at him and stuff. Then he goes to the Seattle Public Library. You think, well, no one's going to bother him there. Well, he visits because he finds out there's this thing called People's Harm Reduction Alliance, where they say things like, they're doing like, they want to, People's Harm Reduction Alliance, where love meets the street. And they give you straws because they said it's better for your nose when you're inhaling drugs than a dollar bill. And they give you tinfoil, proper injection, stuff like that. So Cho shows up there. This was about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Welcome to this class. For my own comfort, I'm going to ask everyone to please put your phones away, off table, where I can't see them. I'm going to ask for no pictures, no recordings during this time. Thank you for coming in. We're going to cover fentanyl test strips. These are pretty common in our community.
It's a public library. I know my rights. I can be here. You can call the police.
I'm going to hold this training until I feel comfortable.
Being recorded there, which technically other library things that is allowed because it's a public event. However, it is disruptive to this program.
How is it disruptive when I'm just hitting record, staying here quietly? What are you guys trying to hide? It's just a lesson on harm reduction. Wouldn't you want this to get out to the public?
The needle exchange is funded by the Disease Prevention Fund, provided Washington State, King County, and the City of Seattle. Community-based agencies that provide needle exchange in King County may also receive private donations and grants from private foundations. King County, that's you and me. We spend $1.2 million per year on needle exchange programs, and they're going to have it at a library to tell you, here's how you can, inject safer and do drugs that are illegal in a safer manner.
Zelda? I just wanted to know if there was any safe way to do fentanyl because the DEA says one pill can kill, yet you guys are giving out fentanyl test strips and, supplies to do drugs. I don't understand how that's harm reduction, so I was just trying to learn. And then, I get the nasal spray here, but the needles, it's difficult to inject these even for nurses and doctors without hitting a vein, so I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, sure. So... good for him, because you know what finally happened? They decided, well, after realizing Cho was in their midst, they shut it all down.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're asking folks to exit.
Oh, is this over?
Yeah,
it's over and everyone.
Oh, you canceled it. Why would you cancel it, Zelda?
Zelda's the guy or gal, I don't know, that was in charge of supposed to do the thing.
For what reason? I came here to spend an hour to learn. Do you have any material that focuses on recovery and treatment first instead of just enablement?
Training is canceled.
Well, I have a question for Zelda.
Zelda doesn't have to answer the question.
Are you Zelda's PR now?
No.
Okay. Well, I'd like to ask Zelda.
Yeah. Okay. And the good news for those who believe in sanity, the Seattle Public School has canceled the harm reduction workshop after public exposure. There you go. They're not going to have it there. They'll have it somewhere else.
Yeah, they've got another place. That particular in their defense, at that
Yes.
particular event, it was the Narcan, which is the little nasal spray, kind of bring you out of an overdose. That's typically what they give away, and I think you can get it pretty much anywhere, especially in areas that are frequented by drug users. It is a little expensive. It's like $45. And then this injectable Narcan, which is what they were teaching how to use that particular day. They were also giving away, pipes and, tools on how to, tools to smoke with.
Tinfoil and
They
stuff,
weren't teaching you how to do that there. They were teaching you how to inject this Narcan, the injectable Narcan, which is a lot less expensive than the nasal spray stuff. So they do all the other things, all the harm reduction, drug kit availability. I think it was just the fact that it was available at the public library. I think
what message does it send? Because you could do the sort of the base argument. The raw argument would be, well, they're going to do drugs anyway, so they should be able to have Narcan to bring the person back, right? But what does it also say to the individual? Let's say it's a 14-year-old kid or 15, and they're lost. They're sort of figuring out which way to go. When they know that society, i.e. the government, i.e. the person standing there, is handing you Narcan or something else for your harm reduction, in a way, is it in some sort of nonverbal? It's just nudging. That book that came out about 8 years ago called Nudge, that you can actually change the behavior of an individual in a particular way by just sort of showing them evidence of a choice. So if you're 15, I don't think I should probably smoke this. Don't worry, man, we got Narcan. Where'd you get it? Oh, the government gives it out. In a way, it seems like the government is a way approving the behavior by giving you the additional sort of way to sort of counteract the deadly incident of your brain shutting down and you're no longer being able to know to breathe, right?
Yeah, I get that. I'm all for the Narcan. But again, this wasn't a class for kids, but it just happened to be.
It's for kids.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying, and I think that there's certainly a psychological case to be made there. The Narcan, I think
we have basically legalized drugs in the state of Washington.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Following what they did in Vancouver. In Vancouver, I think it was 18 years ago or something, where they decided they were going to, rather than trying to throw people in jail or enforce it, we're just going to allow you to be able to have it. You can stop by and we'll give you
safe injection sites.
Safe injection sites, right? And I remember seeing a study. I thought the most interesting part of it was when they established it. The guys that had come up with the idea said the government said, well, we'll come in and monitor and we'll audit. We'll do that. And the people that were establishing it, I think it was two guys, maybe one, said, no, we're going to do the auditing. Well, an independent audit that was done, this is going back a number of years ago, found that of the majority of people that went through the door, 3% actually ended up going into another room saying, hey, I want to get off of drugs. It's the place to go if you want to get high, see people getting high, or buy something that's going to get you high. It's right there. I forget the two streets that it crosses, but it's just pathetic. The Cato Institute was noticing that the number of people overdosing had dropped. And a lot of people, it's because we're fighting this and fighting that. Actually, it has to do with changing in fentanyl purity available. That's what's causing the decline in overdose deaths because of China changing and cracking down on the type of fentanyl that was coming in so that there wasn't as many deadly additional sort of
less lethal fentanyl.
Yeah, and that's why it dropped. Plus, also they found that kids aren't doing as much. They're into more psychopharmaceuticals or I guess psychoactive drugs like mushrooms and things. Overall, yeah. So what's really decline in overdoses?
Well, and with kids too, I don't think they were ever taking fentanyl on purpose. They were getting fake,
accidentally,
like Percocets or Vicodin or something that's made with fentanyl, and they just don't have the tolerance for it. Or it was
there's Jonathan Cho doing the people's work. Shut it down. And then he went to another event the other day. I think it was sort of some kicking off Pride Week or something, and some trans activists who went after him. He's just anywhere. If there's trouble to be found, Jonathan Cho will be right in there with his flip flops on. The Seattle housing market or the office market continues to collapse. And I think as Rance has written in there that it's falling like a trophy tower. Prices dropping because nobody wants it. There's not additional support, so I don't know what it is per square foot. I think we're still at 38% occupancy rates. Not good, because what you end up having, it's not like Trump. That's not good, because what you have is giant bits and pieces of the Seattle budget is cobbled together from the taxes on those commercial buildings. So continuing to face a deficit because, again, if you just don't have a city that people feel safe in, then people don't travel there and businesses don't want to be there. And that is the primary number one responsibility of government. Before it hands out tinfoil and Narcan, it'd be a good idea to make sure that people feel safe walking down the street. And the best way to do that is with a robot dog. The Spot the Robot Dog. What's wrong?
Nothing.
You don't believe the Spot the Robot Dog is going to be able to help to add the security and just people feeling good about themselves, knowing that that dog at any minute could stop somebody?
If that dog makes you feel comfortable, then welcome to dystopia.
The people that have the dogs out there during the World Cup in Dallas say the dog is not going to be doing facial recognition.
Officially.
Not officially. It doesn't need to look at your face. It's just going to hump your leg.
Yeah.
It can facially recognize you, but you don't have to worry about that. It's primarily there for... Doesn't matter what it's primarily there for. Just don't worry. There's going to be some robot dogs for security's sake.
Oh, my God.
It'll be available at Dallas. Of course, we're not going to have it here in Seattle, but here we go. The dog has the ability to look at your face, and the latest technology has the government being able to see a fingerprint from 15
feet away.
15 feet away. It can also see the iris of a human being. I think it's also within the 15-foot range, or might be even further away. And this has prompted the old libertarian coming out of the crypt, Rand Paul's dad, who is
this
warning.
is Rand Paul's. This is his.
This is Rand, not his dad?
Oh, yeah.
This sounds just like his dad.
Rightly so.
Well, he's warning everybody that the government is spying on every single American suspect. Everybody's a suspect now. The Department of Homeland Security is watching you, and they are collecting data. They're going right through the FISA court, and the Fourth Amendment doesn't seem to mean anything anymore. And the data that they're able to gather on people. So here's what they say, that the FISA court began to issue warrants for spying on Americans who communicate with foreigners up to 6 degrees. So if you get swept into it because you're someone you have communicated with can be swept in, you're in as well. So in your email, if you wrote to somebody who is 5 people away from that person, you would then be included into that group.
You and I work together. You were in close proximity. My mom lives in Goldendale, Washington. She goes to a grocery store with that a woman at the checker, is from Iran, and that woman's nephew has been out of the country,
We're all in it together.
Yeah, so it's 6 degrees of separation. They can access absolutely anything they want on you, from anything from a robot dog to a school bus camera to a flock camera, anything, and it's completely covered by the FISA warrant.
We do allow them to track us because we carry these phones.
Yeah, 100%.
And we do have them track our cars. And we do have them look at our internet. And anything they want, they can find it. The question is always for security or freedom, right?
Yep.
Thomas Jefferson, or is it Jefferson or Franklin? Jefferson, right?
It was Franklin, yeah.
Was it Franklin that said that? Oh, that's right. It's Andrew's favorite quote, isn't it?
No, but it is one of my favorites.
But you can't have both, right?
Yeah, liberty or security.
Right. And are you willing to give up a little bit of something for something else? And then it's slowly the bullfrog again, back into that water, poor old bullfrog. Because you're slowly turning the heat up, and the people eventually are like, well, okay, I'm all right with the fact that they're tracing this and tracing that, until finally they come knocking at your door, or they're able to look at everything that you do, and then you begin to get the pressure. And that's where you end up where China is, where the social credit, where they're able to see you, they know what you do, and they give you a certain amount of points. And every time you do something that would be outside the bounds of just good society, like you're not giving the seat to somebody on an elderly person on the train, well, that costs you a couple of points. You're not paying your bills on time, that costs you a couple of points. You have the heat on.
You said something bad about this person, that country, this administration, this particular.
You lose points.
Yeah, if you're anti-AI, if you're a tech extremist, if you hate AI and you don't.
And then here's where it comes back to bite you. Then let's say you want to, I don't know, fly somewhere and you want to take advantage of a discount or you want to fly first class. They're like, no, sorry, you don't have enough points for that.
No. Well, and this is even right now. You know the guy that
Would you like to live in that country?
No, absolutely not. And we're about to be. And we already do to a certain extent.
we're not about to be.
You know the guy, the Young Turks host, Cenk, I can't remember his name,
yeah.
but he's really he's very critical of Israel. But he's not like anti-Semitic. He's just critical of Israel. He thinks Israel. He tried to fly to London 2 days ago, and they wouldn't give him a visa. They turned him around at the airport.
Who?
Huh?
From where?
From the United States.
Trying to go into London.
Yeah, because of his criticisms of Israel. So all these countries, they're already impeding where you can travel in the world. And I'm sure that's every country's prerogative to deny anybody that wants to come in. But we're neck and neck with England. I mean, we're going to be doing the same thing, and it's just based on social media tweets or YouTube.
All right,
videos.
predictions here, Joe. How long?
Before the prediction, because Ben Franklin's quote deserves way better than we get.
All right, hang on.
Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay.
How long until we reach the dystopian world where everything we say and everything we do is being monitored? You're going to say it already is. Okay, right. But at what point does the action then move to the next step, which is now you cannot move, you cannot travel, you cannot say something? At what point does that come? 5, 10, 15, or 20 years from now?
You're going to think I'm crazy, but I think it's more like 6 months.
Crazy.
Talk to me in 6 months.
Now I don't. I mean, I feel I'm both feeling sorry for you, and I'm scared of you.
I want to commit him.
Okay, hey Nate, he can hear you.
Oh,
man.
Sorry.
I swear to God, it would not surprise me if something like a global conflict puts us in a state of emergency.
Well, we did experience it. We did. We were told to keep 6 feet from one another. We all had to have our masks. We all had to get vaccinated.
That was a test run. Now you're talking.
I'm not going to test run on that one. But.
Look, you're talking about international conflicts that brew up to a state of emergency. That who knows? It's just for our safety. We got another disease, a hantavirus or an Ebola virus or something like that. They put the clamps. They can put the clamps down any point they want. And if there's a big enough emergency or there's a big enough truth that needs to be, kept uncovered or kept covered.
Remember in Minneapolis, they were driving down the road. Go to your house. Go back into your house. That whole thing.
I hope I'm wrong, but it could be as early as 6 months from now.
Okay, and follow up. Will it be good or bad for our radio show and our advertisers?
I think this gives hope for radio because I think that this is the one thing they can't turn us off.
Right.
We're antenna bound, baby. Come on. Like you got one of those little radios you wind up with a piece of tinfoil, you can catch our
People
show.
stuck in their homes, getting their hair replaced.
Yeah.
All right. Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
All right, let's start you up in Everett where we've been struggling all afternoon. North 5 is still packed at the mall up to Highway 2. About Broadway, you start to thin out. South 5, though, at the Snohomish River, we're still dealing with a crash in that right lane. So you're sitting in a parking lot starting in 529. Marysville to Everett, we're up to 40 minutes. That's a half-hour delay. Get over to 529. Avoid this. That is wide open. Everett to Marysville is just 10 minutes. Eastbound 2, you're heavy crossing the trestle. Seattle to Everett, 55 minutes. We're slow from Northgate into Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, hour 10. You're slow from Bellevue into Canyon Park. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, 35 minutes on both bridge routes. Eastbound 90 is bumper to bumper from Rainier Avenue out to mid-span. Both directions of State Route 99 through Seattle, you're packed through that downtown tunnel. Tacoma to Olympia, you're just under an hour, 55 minutes. And we have a Mariners game at 6:40, bringing added volume into downtown. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm waiting for Andrew. Parts of the house just aren't functioning correctly. Of course, I'm talking about the closets. You're like, well, how can a closet not function? Here's how a closet doesn't function properly. You open it, you can't find anything. Or you open it, and something falls out, and it's not the thing you're looking for. You try to put something in the closet, and there's just no room. It can happen in the pantry, the laundry room, you name it, office, home offices, entertainment centers. That's a non-functioning closet. Same thing happens in the garage. It's a 2-car garage, but you can barely fit, I don't know, maybe the fender of the one car in there. You know what you need? You need Closets by Design. They come out And they're expert consultants. Take a look at the problem that you have. Now, they've seen it before, but they're going to customize just for your home. And they know if they were to change a few things around, they give you some better cabinets and maybe better storage as well. They build you a cabinet. You now have peace of mind. You have reduced the stress, and you've got everything you need when it comes to having the house organized. Closets by Design. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's closetsbydesign.com.
KIRO News Radio is honored to be the recipient of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards, including Overall Excellence and Excellence in Writing.
We can't let hatred become the air we breathe. It poisons us all. Our strength is in unity.
We thank you who listen, stream, and watch every day. The driving force that pushes us to be the Northwest trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, you know Earthwise Salvage in Soto? That really cool place with all the amazing doors, windows, and other treasure? Great news! They just opened a brand new location nearby. The Salvage Lumber Warehouse is ready to serve as a central resource for contractors, builders, home DIYers, and hobbyist woodworkers, providing access to cleaned, de-nailed lumber ready for reuse, flooring, beams, siding, mantles, live edge slabs, and so much more. All harvested from structures, not forests. Visit EWSalvage.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rance here again with Greg Nunn from Nunn Better Tax Resolution. Greg, there are some folks getting CP 504 notices. This is not something that should be ignored. You need a professional.
When you receive a CP 504 notice, alarm bells need to go off. And as much as you just want to push that envelope aside, because they know it's not going to be good. And it's not a very good notice to get because it means the IRS is really coming down on you hard. Get help right away. Call somebody that knows what they're doing and get some assistance.
How have you helped?
We help them by understanding exactly where they're at. We interview them, we talk with them, find out. We'd like to know, how did you get here? And then we make a plan whereby we do our level best to help people with this struggle they are having now with their taxes.
Judgment-free.
Judgment-free.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn with Nunn Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967, or Google NUNN, Nunn Better Tax Resolution.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granillo. Pierce County detectives say they need your help finding a man suspected of pulling the trigger in the Parkland murder robbery of 17-year-old Braylon Diaz. Deputy Carly Capetto says they are searching for 21-year-old Brandon Torres Mesa, who was believed to be armed.
We essentially identified him via ring cameras, video surveillance, interviews from many of the people around and involved that were at that scene.
Meanwhile, the News Tribune reports 26-year-old Alyssa Marie Vaught Barr was in court today. She is charged with first-degree murder, as is Torres Mesa. Prosecutors believe Vaught Barr was the driver. Union representatives at the Nippon Dynaway plant say the Longview community is pulling together to support families of victims both emotionally and financially. John Estes with the Association of Western Pulp and Paper Workers says a fund has been created to help each family of those injured or killed.
And that means supporting the families, but also getting us in a position where we can get folks back to work at some point because their livelihoods depend on that. And then the town and the economy depend on that as well.
And now Washington Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp Perez urging the owners of the paper mill to commit to continue paying some 500 workers now forced off the job. The King County Council today posthumously awarded Air Force Major Ariana Savino the Martin Luther King Jr. Medal of Distinguished Service. The Covington native was one of 6 airmen killed in March when her refueling plane crashed in western Iraq. The council presented the honor to Savino's parents.
We always knew she made our lives better. What we did not know was how many hundreds of others she quietly lifted and guided.
Major Savino was recognized for mentoring young Latinas pursuing careers in aviation and the military. She was just 31. Kent-based Blue Origin says it will fly again before the end of this year. This comes after the company's New Glenn rocket exploded on the launch pad last week in Florida. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reports.
In an update posted online, the Kent-based company CEO wrote that the big support tower is damaged but can be repaired instead of torn down and replaced. He also said a booster, the water tower, and the propellant farm are in good shape. Blue Origin is still investigating what caused that massive explosion last Thursday.
Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk and check in with Nick Connors.
All right, it's pretty busy out there, Aaron. Let's start you up in Everett, where it's been a struggle all afternoon. In South 5 at the Snohomish River, still got a crash in that right lane, so you're sitting in a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at 528 there in Marysville. Marysville to Everett, plan on a 35-minute trip. That's a 25-minute delay. Seattle to Everett, 55 minutes. You're slow from Northgate into Mill Creek, and then you'll run into the Everett backup. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 10. You're slow from Bellevue into Canyon Park, and then same story. Then you'll run into the Everett backup. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, we're down to 35 minutes on both bridge routes. Westbound 90, we're stop and go from Bellevue Way all the way to I-5. Westbound 520, you're bumper to bumper from 84th to I-5. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. We're thick from 520 down to the VMAC. Seattle to Federal Way, a half hour. Scattered backups now from Interurban Avenue down to 516. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway starting to clear out. We're down to 35 minutes. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now for your forecast, we are in the midst of the hottest day of the year so far. Still seeing low 80s out there. Tomorrow, though, temperatures in the upper 60s with some isolated showers as well. Right now, 83 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, here we go. Back to the John Curley Show. Teeny, I believe you got a wheel to spin there. Springer, there, it landed on me. Oh, that's convenient. Wilcox Family Farm Eggs recipe. I'm going to get those 2 that you get downstairs, Joe, that are packed in their own juice.
Oh, yes.
And gobble them down. There's your Wilcox Family Farm. The reason we want to move quickly is because I don't often get a chance to talk to somebody like Spencer Griffin Beal from Edmonton, who has decided, you know what, I don't know where I'm going to find love. So I'm just going to get a billboard and just let everybody know. Women, I'm assuming mostly.
Yeah, only women.
Okay. That you are available. Now, how long? I'm not going to get into how much you spent on it, but I want to ask you this. The photo of yourself, Did you think, like, how many photos did you take, Spencer? Like, that's a good one. That captures the essence of me, Spencer Griffin Beal.
Honestly, I probably took about 50 pictures, and I know I didn't even choose the best ones, but I just chose what I chose.
Yeah, because when you show up, then she's like, oh, my God, you're so much better looking in person. Did you get that?
Once, yeah.
Okay. So how is it going? The female to male ratio there in Edmonton is 50.2 females to 49.8 males. So you got your pick of the litter. What are the women that are responding on the billboard? How do you decide, yeah, I'm going to go out with this one? This isn't just somebody, goofing around.
If I think that they're sincere, then I will. And if I think that they line up with what I'm looking for and my values, I mean, if they're asking me like how much money I make and how many properties I own, then I kind of skip over it, right?
Wait, Spencer, that's coming up in a conversation in the very beginning. How much money do you make?
Yeah. Only a couple times it has.
Yeah.
I should say.
Okay. And you answer that, I'm sure, with great grace and just simply say that's really none of your business, or I make enough to afford a shirt without sleeves.
Oh, I don't even answer it.
Oh, you don't answer it? Oh, okay. So this is just all over the text back and forth. All right. So how are the dates been going?
Pretty good so far, yeah.
Yeah. And when you're in there, how would the women describe you if they were leaving the restaurant and I were to get a chance to interview them? Are you fun-loving? Are you serious? Do you cry at movies you've never seen before? Like, what is it that how would they describe you, Spencer?
So far, they've described me as very kind and genuine.
Yeah, you seem like that. Is there a particular type of woman you're looking for?
Honestly, somebody who's kind and genuine like myself and who is taking marriage seriously.
Yeah.
You seem looking for a wife, not a girlfriend.
I know, a wife. Yeah. You seem like an old-fashioned kind of guy.
I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, in the sense that, you want to find a wife, you'd like to start a family, I'm assuming, and you want to have a nice home and raise your kids and have a meaningful relationship. Did you come from a house like that growing up in Edmonton?
I did, yeah. But I actually don't want kids myself.
You don't want children? Oh, you just want her to have the children?
No, I don't want her to have children either.
Why no kids, Spencer?
I don't know. It's just, it doesn't line up with my life goals, I guess.
What are those goals, if you don't mind me asking?
I want to do early retirement if I can and get out of Canada because the winters here are brutal.
And where do you want to go? You want to come to Seattle?
No, I was thinking more like Panama or something like
that. Yes. Now we're talking. He knows.
Joe loves that answer, Spencer.
Hey, Spencer, are you a death metal guy?
What do you think?
Okay, do you know a band called Wolf Shred?
I've never heard of that. No.
Okay.
All right.
It's Sophie's cousin's death metal band in Edmonton.
Because he's got the shirt on, right?
Shirt, yeah, I had to give it a shot.
Right. So how much did you pay for the billboard? Let's just go right out there and ask.
I think it was like 6,000 or something.
Okay. And how long does it get to stay up there for?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. Hey. And you think this is a better investment of your time than dating apps? So do you think the dating apps are just a big rip-off, Spencer?
Oh, I think they should be outlawed.
Really? Why is that?
They're ineffective and inefficient.
Yeah. And you always forget the sense, like, you're looking at it, like, wait a minute, there's more guys on there than there are women, and only a small percentage of the guys end up getting dates. And then I've heard, Spencer, what do you think about this? That they intentionally don't show you the woman that they think you would match with because they want you to keep scrolling and they want you to keep paying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go on a date, are you the one that does all the talking, or is it the girl that's, really trying to, pry you open like a soft peanut?
No, it's back and forth. I'm an open book.
You are.
And so far, the women who I've gone out with seem to be open books as well.
Yeah, good. Did they ever ask you what's the last book you've read?
No, not yet.
Okay. What is the last book you've read?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. All right. The people in Canada, if in politics is such a big deal and it ends up being in everybody's life at different times, do you have particular points of view that sort of go contrary to most of the women that you run into there in Edmonton?
So far, no.
Really? Not at all. All right.
I mean, we don't talk about politics either, so I wouldn't know.
It's like a third date thing.
It's a third date thing? Yeah. Do you always think you're going to get a kiss at the end of the date?
No, I never do.
You never think it's going to happen, but do you ever get a little peck on the cheek or something?
I have twice before, but not since these dates started.
When you were in high school, Spencer, how were people describing you in high school?
I'd say like more quiet and reserved. I would think, but also still friendly.
Right. So when they wrote in the yearbook, "Don't ever change," you took them literally.
I must have.
Yeah.
He's a teddy bear.
He's a big teddy bear. Favorite heavy metal band or metal band?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll say Brujeria.
Brujeria?
Yeah.
Andrew's going to play you out. Andrew's going to try to find it. What song?
I don't think you want to play their songs on the radio. They speak in Spanish, and Brujeria is Spanish for witchcraft.
Oh, and you don't think what would happen? We played on the. Would we all turn into frogs or something? Would be okay?
Well, you better hope that nobody listening speaks Spanish. I'll tell you that.
How did a guy?
There we go.
When's it going to get bad, Spencer? Okay, right. That's right there. We had to stop it. How did a guy from Edmonton, Canada get hooked on that band?
I don't know. I can't even remember where I heard them from, but I heard it and I liked it.
Yeah. All right.
Jam.
Well, hopefully that's the same case when it comes to. I hope you find love. And where do you want to end up? Where do you want to end up?
Panama.
Panama.
Yes.
Because the winters are brutal in Edmonton, Canada. They certainly are.
The banking laws are loose in Panama.
Yes, go down there and enjoy yourself. Well, listen, Spencer, I think love is in the air, and Shakespeare, as you know, said you can't go looking for love; that love will find you after you put up a billboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Spencer. Appreciate your time. Good luck finding love, and then off with your life that you want there. In Panama. All right, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All righty. Up in Everett, South 5 at the Snohomish River is still dealing with the crash in that right lane. You're backed up bumper to bumper to 528. Marysville to Everett, 40 minutes. That's a half-hour delay. Seattle to Everett is at 50 minutes. We're slow from Shoreline into Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett at 55. You're heavy from Kirkland into Canyon Park and real heavy through Kirkland. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, 35 minutes on both bridge routes. If you head into Redmond, eastbound on 520, it jams up at 51st all the way into downtown. Seeing heavy volumes through most of downtown Redmond this afternoon. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. You're thick from 520 to the VMAC. Tacoma to Olympia at 50 minutes. Your biggest backup is a 4-mile backup through JBLM. The support brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I'll tell you something. I know what it's like. You watch the hair begin to thin, then the crown, that disappears. The hair loss just robs you of your identity. It's how I felt before I visited Advanced Hair, because Advanced Hair's got a simple one-day treatment. They regrew my own natural hair. They do the exact same thing for you, because you find yourself in the same position I was in, where I was noticing it was sort of going away in the back, and then all of a sudden it was going on the sides. I'm losing it there, and then the front's thinning out. You're like, wait a minute, I'm turning into a bald guy. Am I going to have to do a comb over or something? No, don't do that. Do the exact same thing that I did. You set up a free consultation. They're going to give you $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. All you have to do is call 425-449-8185. And why wait? Don't wait, because your own natural hair is guaranteed to grow. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. So simple for you to get your hair back A simple one-day treatment just waiting for you at 425-449-8185. And visit them online. Check out the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures and followed the outcomes. They have the experience to know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, we've cared for hens with healthy pastures and organic grains. That's why our eggs are nutritious and flavorful. Next time you shop, choose Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Trying to get fast hair restoration. Who's singing the song, Joe?
The mailman.
Okay.
OG. Short one, though. All right, that's enough.
All right.
By the way, quick before we get started,
Yes.
Matt in Ravensdale said, wow, I never thought I'd see the day Brujera gets played on KIRO Radio. I didn't have that on my 2026 bingo card.
Get the letter of the day. First, take care of all the rest. Here we go.
Dennis in Seattle says, has the man really been doing cookouts in the hood? Thank you for texting in yesterday. Biscuit from Everett. Where the heck is Old Man John?
Exactly.
Old Man John? I shouldn't say that. I'll tell you off the air where Old Man.
Erica M., I'm crying from the pain that song is giving me.
Linda Ronstadt. Doug in Mount Vernon says, physiological response. Does Joe need his hormones balanced?
Longevity Medical Clinic. Mosquitoes are bat food. We don't want bats to die.
Brian in Lakewood said, I heard there's been an uptick of ticks this year in Western Washington.
Oh, no.
I don't know if he's being serious.
Please bring Spencer back for an update next month.
Tina says, Joe, how'd you get so sweet? Yeah, I bet you don't have a mean bone in your body. You and Curly were meant for each other.
Oh, weird. B in Puyallup says, John's advanced hair commercial is on TV right now. Oh, okay.
How about that? Brian in the 425, this is on the missing scientists. Thomas Jarboe also worked at a nuclear fission scientist at Los Alamos before becoming a professor at UW in the 80s. His Chinese wife, Kay Saw, poisoned him. He found out she was poisoning him and shot her in the face in Bellevue in 2020. He then died from a fall as a result of his neurological problems from the poisoning.
Ferguson's menopause executive order 253 says, oh my God, helping women with menopause systems in the workplace.
Max in the 425 says, I would like some family leave to assist my wife through menopause and also go to golf on Tuesdays.
Doug in Mount Vernon, 2 in 5 women. The survey size was 5 women.
Flipside Paul says, funny that my wife, while going through menopause, showed up every day to drive public transportation bus, and even with her symptoms, was able to put up with all the passengers and the fentanyl mindless souls every day in between.
Julie in Snoqualmie says, this is so demeaning to women. I'm cringing as he sounds like he's teaching a sex ed class. Ooh, can you imagine him teaching a sex ed class?
I guess I can now. Elaine in Puyallup says, just what we need. Another issue to cause the Washington taxpayers to pay for the accommodations of women going through menopause. My husband is a manager for a state agency, and the abuse of the state's Family Medical Leave Act is atrocious.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Sorry, Bob. There's supposed to be a gap here. But Don the Amazing says, great, Ferguson with yet another bright idea on what other people should do at their businesses. Accommodations for a stage of life? What about why stop at menopause? What is the economic impact of immaturity? Can Ferguson cite an executive order telling businesses the concessions they should make for younger workers too? Some guidelines for hand-holding, perhaps? Maybe he could take a break from trying to get head pats and belly rubs with his posturing and start figuring out how to walk back some of his major gaffes as governor. That would be a good boy, Bob.
I am signing an executive order to support women in the workplace who experience...
And also teenage boys that have to carry books in front of them while going down the hallway.
Good one.
That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Didn't write no more.
Yeah, I get it.
How about Spencer? Should we get him back on again?
Oh, how about those arms? This guy's yoked.
That was something.
Joe's idea.
You did a great job, John. I got to tell you.
I got to get away from the yes and no questions. Here comes Nate checking your
It wasn't even that. It was just grunts there for a while. All right, Everett, we cleared our collision south 5 of the Snohomish River, and we've got a little backup left from 529 to the Union Slough as this backup quickly clears out. Now, Marysville to Everett, we're down from 40 minutes to a half hour. Seattle to Everett, 45 minutes. You're slow from 145th and Shoreline into Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, we're at 50 minutes. Still heavy through Kirkland up into Bothell. Really tough through Kirkland. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, we're still right around a half hour on both bridge routes. 40 minutes through downtown Seattle on North 5. We're heavy from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Tacoma to Olympia, we're down to 45 minutes. Your Mariners have a 6:40 game coming up, and that's bringing added volumes to downtown. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards, including overall excellence and investigative reporting.
Just 29 hours later, Joshua Headley sent an unsolicited email to me writing, I understand there may be a news story coming out.
Thank you who listen, stream, and watch every day. The driving force that pushes us to be the Northwest trusted news source. KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity
No, I
Medical
don't want to
Clinic?
do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but that why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
If you've been sitting in traffic long enough to finish a podcast and question your life choices, it's time to flip your trip. Ride transit. Find a park and ride or roll past stress on a bike or scooter. Free yourself from traffic jams at flipyourtrip.org.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Sometimes injuries can happen when you least expect them.
What broke my shoulder was reaching for my phone. I was trying to get the phone away from my cat.
That's how Heather tore her rotator cuff.
There was that hope. I was like, maybe this will heal on its own. And I waited a little bit, and it was not getting better.
She just couldn't take the pain anymore, so she saw Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
By the next day, my shoulder was already doing better. I have my arm back again, which was just wonderful.
Seems like she made the right choice.
I'm so glad I didn't do surgery.
So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
I said to him at our last appointment, I was like, you better not retire because I want to know